The chair, certainly. The last time when we brought the entire package forward, it did not pass. At that point, though, we're using a lot of general fund money. I believe that my belief is that this council didn't want to spend. So it has always been our plan to apply for this grant. This would, I believe, it awards up to $300,000 to awarded communities, and we plan on proposing the building of the pickleball and bocce ball courts as our proposal. The reason we've changed our proposal from last year is we applied for the parking lot, and we didn't have any recreational components, so our scorecard was brought down because of the lack of recreational components here. So most likely, preliminary meetings I've had with the mayor is that we would use CDBG match money, because you do have to have match money for this grant, and you can use the CDBG funds that we would look at doing the parking lot with CDBG funds.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions? If not, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no.
No.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Croft?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Becerra?
Yes.
Mrs. Pat?
No.
Mr. Bramick?
No.
Mrs. Winton?
Yes.
Mr. Woolley?
Yes. Motion carried. Item 6.8 is a motion to amend the City Council Resolution Number 12.624-20 per the attached document.
Motion to approve. Support.
I have a motion by Councilwoman Cross, supported by Councilwoman Winton. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. Item 6.9 is a motion to approve payment in the amount of $8,350 to the National Faith Home Buyers for the down payment assistance for home buyer number 2021-001, and this is funded through the home grant.
Support.
I have a motion by Councilwoman Croft, supported by Councilwoman Pat. Is there any discussion?
I have one thing. Mr. Baum, is this the one that we had where the original one was brought back, returned?
Yes, through the chair. So we have an open business item that
I know, but I
we
just
sent.
wanted-
That is, so we will be rescinding that approval. That buyer did not move forward, and then we will move that funding will be used for this application. And just as we discussed last night, for now, we will have to suspend the program. We're out of funding. We do anticipate getting our 2020 contracts, but there's some holdups right now with Wayne County and HUD. We are a sub-recipient of Wayne County for this grant, so we have to wait for that agreement to come in before we can bring the program back. We hope to have it ready, though, for the main buying season, which is spring.
Yeah, I did misspeak earlier too. I meant this one as opposed to that one earlier, that one's connected. Is there any other questions? If not, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Motion carried. 6.10 is a motion to approve Dell Marketing, current vendor, for 3-year lease subscription for Weiss Management Suite Pro for a yearly amount of $5,222, and this is funded through the General Fund IT Contractual Services.
Motion. Support.
Okay, I have a motion by Councilwoman Winton, supported by Councilwoman Croft. Is there any discussion?
I have something. Being that I couldn't ask the question last night because you were trying to work on the sound system.
Good evening, Council.
Could you explain what this is?
Yeah, so we have on your desk and every employee's desk, we have the Dell Weiss thin clients and the monitors. And in order to manage configuration, sends the update out to 310 devices throughout the city. We use these management suites to send update and configuration out.
You're talking about the camera thing that's on there?
Now, the whole unit in the
Oh.
behind that there is a small thin client, like a computer.
Okay.
So in order to manage that device, we do send remotely the configurations, updates, patches.
So when you purchased those, you didn't think about getting this at the same time, or?
No,
It
no,
just
so-
seems like we're getting more and more requests on IT, and we're having lots of problems all over the place, but it just seems like every time we turn around, you're asking for more money. That's my opinion.
So, yes, so that's a good question. So when we bought those devices, we got the contract for these devices for 5 years. The management software came with it as a free software, but it only supports just the install, doesn't do anything. So if any problem on those devices, then the management software is not covered. So if you go with a pro version, then pro version will include the support. So we are doing remaining 3 years with the support on it.
So after 3 years, you'll have to come back again for approximately $5,000 again.
$5,000 per year, so this is a 3-year contract
So it's $5,222 per year
for 3 years.
for 3 years. So 15,000 some odd, $666.
No, just,
Yeah, over 3 years.
Right.
Over 3-year period, yeah.
So $5,222 first year, $5,222 second year. We'll do it that way. That's elementary coming out of me.
So one way to analyze the comparison is you have 310 devices on 14 different buildings. And if any update, which normally monthly, quarterly update comes out to support the security. So if we had to update those devices manually by person to go in each devices, how much time it takes, how much manpower it takes, how many labor hours it takes to do.
If we didn't have this.
Correct.
Yeah, but I think that's like that in anything, especially in IT.
Correct.
If you don't have the, the funding or the contractual service on there, it's gonna cost you more to do it
Plus,
on your
doing
own.
it on every desk, you go into desk, do the update, then you move on to another desk, do the update.
So is that what this company is gonna do, or does it automatically do it on your machine, on your
So
computer?
this software allows us to do update through the one machine.
Okay.
So theoretically, it saves probably thousands of dollars.
Now, are you foreseeing anything in the future that you know of, that you're gonna be asking for more money for IT? Is there anything out there pertaining to something that we've purchased, our Wi-Fi? I mean, just a ballpark, I'm just trying to think out, out loud here.
So normally, what we do is on yearly budget, we anticipate what we always project on a budget time, what we need to do or what department wants. So those are normally budgeted. So most of the item that comes in as a routine service agreement or something going on. This case is kind of out of the blue that company changed their view of saying, okay, not gonna support it. It's free, you can use it, but we're not gonna support it. So when they don't support it and we do the update or something happens, now we have 310 devices not working. So nobody can do anything. So it's not cost effective. So what I had to do is, these are not budgeted items, so I had to carve out one of the other software that we use is less important, to take it out of the budget to use this one.
Can I ask what that item is that you're taking out to replace it
Yeah,
with?
it's called a load balancer. So what load balancer does is, we have the web servers, are two web servers are performing the services. So if one is busy, automatically sends the traffic to the second one. So the user don't see the slow or no service. So in that sense, this is more important than load balancer, comparatively.
So then you'll be coming back to get that back. You see where I'm going? It just seems like there's always something going on. I know technology
You got
is,
350 users,
Yeah.
their needs, different department, their needs. But answer to your question is, we don't anticipate. Any project that we do on usually budgeted. So right now, we are working on a February to March on a next
New
year
budget.
budget. We will anticipate what is needed in there, so that was already budgeted item. Non-budgeted item, usually we don't bring it in unless there is emergency. Like this one, considered emergency, but then we have to carve out some money from somewhere.